Ada masih adanya. Masih anaknya. Con học nha.
Good morning, everyone. Hello,
Morning.
everyone. How do you feel now?
Good morning, Mai.
Great.
Good
If you feel
morning.
great, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, good morning,
Morning.
Professor.
Great. I see a lot of you in the chat, so we'd like to start the session today. I'm super excited to meet with you today. And today is the beginning of our journey. I hope there will be a lifelong journey together. The competition will be from today until the 1st of October. All of you are invited to come to Montreal for the SDG Investment Fair. So regardless of your performance in the competition, I hope that you will eventually get to Montreal to present your project to potential investors, partners, suppliers, and employees. And now look at the program. I really hope that you see it as a learning experience. So we will coach you step by step to improve your project. So the first round will be on social innovation, how you launch your social project and how you can improve your solution. And you have already received the materials to study. So it is from EduZone. So if you still have a problem accessing to the material, then I will be able to help you in the second part of today's session. And then not to make you wait further, I'd like to introduce you to our alumni who has gone through the journey and achieved very great success with the project. So first of all, I would like to present to you Mabel Gonzela. Mabel, are you there? Hello.
Yes, I'm here. I don't know if you see me, but yes, I am.
Yeah, I am going
Hi.
to spotlight you so that everybody can see you. Thank you so much for being with us. So your story is so inspiring that you started with an idea of how to help women, how to kill the discrimination. And I still remember your first slogan that Black is not a bad
It
thing.
has changed a lot.
Yeah,
Yes.
changed a lot.
Part of the journey.
Yes. Yeah. So still remember, and I remember when you started the program, you said you were not confident. You didn't know that whether you would make it or not. But look at your organization now. It's among the best organization in Colombia. You are a B Corp now. And so I'm so excited to have you here to share with our participants your journey. So how you started the project and how you really improve your project and through different iteration. And then your advice for our participants, how to make the best out of the journey with SBC. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Professor Mai, for letting us be here today and share with you a little bit of our experience. It's going to be tough to summarize the journey in a couple of minutes, but I'm available after that in case you want to continue the conversation. If there is anything we can do to support you in this process, please let me know. I'm going to share my email in a while. But yes, I think it started actually with just an idea. I remember that when we met with Professor Mai, I was in Montreal for not long. I'm from Colombia and I migrated to Montreal like 10 years ago. I was learning French. I had a job, but I wanted to do, I've been part of organizations before and I founded a couple of NGOs, and I wanted to again do something else, responding also to my new reality. Let's say the fact that I was living in Canada, most of my network and friends and family were in Colombia. So I wanted to do something virtual to be able to be in contact with all these people that I knew. Also, I wanted to do something with my sister because for a long time we lived separately, and I wanted to get closer to her. I realized that we shared a lot of interest, and also that she had some forces that I didn't have, and vice versa. So I said, why not try to do something together so that we can get to know each other better. And she was doing a research back at the time, and she was very surprised by the fact of knowing that the Black population in Colombia that represents around 10% of the country's population, 99% of them would living under the poverty line. So of course I knew it because I was working for the government, or I used to work for the government and for social causes in the past. But it is always a shock when you realize that this is happening and that people don't even know about that. So she was doing this research, working with academia, and so we began creating books. In theory for kids, but it was just an excuse to open the conversation to subjects like discrimination, racial discrimination, gender discrimination, things that perhaps here in Canada were more common back then, but that in Colombia, the country where I come from, were not really a subject for discussion. And we thought that if you're not able to discuss about this openly, if you don't know that this is happening to the people that live and share with you the territory where you are, well, it's going to be very hard to find actually solutions and to make sure that we are all in the same with the same conditions and with the same opportunities to succeed. So it was a surprise to see how people were not aware of the situation, how these subjects were really a surprise for most of them, but also the interest of many people for learning more. So we started doing developing a series of games and books and materials, again, to open the conversation with anyone in the country. We have published in the last 6 years at least 20 different books. One of them is being sold. We have sold 8,000 copies already in different countries. And then we've been doing workshops, virtual workshops, but also in presence, working with communities, working with all kind of people, with companies. No, there are companies like Accenture that hire us to offer training programs to their employees, but also communities very far in the mountains in Colombia that want to discuss about how they can improve the gender situation in their communities. And it's been like a long journey. And as I said at the beginning, when Professor Mai was introducing me, the project has changed a lot. It has evolved. We had several meetings with my sister and the people that work with us to see if we are, because this discussion has changed a lot as well. No, as I said, 10 years ago, or no, 10 years ago, no, but 7 years ago, when we began developing the project, nobody was talking about that in Colombia. Today, there are many people talking about how to fight discrimination and how to advance with policies that are more progressive. So the conversation has shifted, And I think we like to think that we contributed to the shift in the conversation, but it means that the competition is it's different today, and that we need, if we want Nuestro Flow, the name of the company that we have created, to succeed, that we need to be flexible and make sure that our business model also responds to the needs of the people that we serve. So for that, we have developed different lines. We try when it works, well, we continue. When it doesn't work, we need to stop and say, okay, let's stop there. But perhaps one of the advices that I'm going to give you today, that for me it's been very useful, is just never forget why you there. No, this is not a business competition. This is a social business competition. And I think the social part is extremely important. I know that you're going to be very worried about how to succeed financially, because that's, if you have a company, it needs to be you need to be able to pay your employees. You need to be able to have money to be able to invest and do more. But don't forget that you're there because I believe there are things that you see out there. There are problems that you see that affect people's lives, and that you think that with your knowledge, your network, and the opportunities that you have to be in a competition like this, and to be at HEC and be working with people from around the world, that you can contribute to solve that problem. If you keep that in mind, I think the other things, and if you are open also, not and flexible, not to learn from others, especially from people that don't think like you think and that don't share the same forces that you have, I think the journey is going to be much easier. Is sometimes you probably going to think that it's not worth it because you don't see things evolving. It takes time. That's how what I've seen. It takes courage. You need to be able to take risks as well. But if you are convinced about the cause, about the mission, about the social issue, the environmental problem that you want to solve, I think the path will be much clearer for you. I don't know how, if I have more time to continue, Professor May, if you have any question, or perhaps someone else would like to ask something in a specific.
Yeah. So because you have improved a lot your projects, right? And then now you are really having a great impact in the community, and you're helping a lot of women. Your work is also recognized by the United Nations, and you are getting a lot of buzz around. You are very well known on radios and national radios, and a lot of programs cover you, and you won a lot of prizes after SBC. So now for those participants who start the journey like you were many years ago when you started program with SBC, so what would be the best advice for them now as they start their journey? What advice would you give them?
Well, apart from not forgetting what I said about the mission or the cause that you really would like to contribute to, I would say that perhaps, one of the things that perhaps have helped us being successful somehow until now is that we have taken the decision not to grow exponentially, in the sense that my sister and I, we never wanted to have like a huge company with thousands of employees and whatever. We wanted to just keep it small, to be able to choose also well the projects, the partnerships, the ideas that really, where we really wanted to invest our time and our energy. It means, of course, that we have a small team, but that we can provide also very better working conditions for them, instead of having a pool of people and not being able to perhaps pay enough salaries and things like that. We have kept it small. Let's say that the ambitious that we have, it's in the impact that we might have with our project. So what really we care about is how can we impact more people year after year with the resources that we have, being more smart in the use of the resources, also seen as a bridge for many things. We are the bridge between or among many organizations that have more power than us, that have more capacity than us. So we don't want to be like them. We want to keep it like that, but make sure that they work with us so that we can use their knowledge, their technology, all the things that we don't have to reach the communities that we want to work with and to increase the impact of our activities. So not to worry about growing and growing, but perhaps more about finding the place in the ecosystem where you are and being able to offer value to those organizations. It's like I said at the beginning, no, companies like Accenture or EY that are huge and have thousands of employees call us to train their people. So they could easily do it by themselves or hire people more known than us, but because they trust the way we see these issues, the way we understand diversity, equality, inclusion, which are the topics we work with, they call us even if we are a very small team of people dealing with this. So it's about finding your place and making sure that you offer the value that your stakeholders are expecting from you, no?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And our dear participants, if you have any question, feel free to raise your hand or put in the chat, and then we can continue with the conversation with Mabel after. She is really a wealth of knowledge and a lot of experience, and started the journey not being an entrepreneur yet, and then now being a very, very strong entrepreneur with strong impact. And the second person I would like to introduce you to is Louise. So Louise, hello, are you here? Louise, I need to spotlight you. Yes, hello. Yes.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Great. So I will spotlight you, and
I have a little technical problems with my laptop, but I resolve it. Okay, thanks to everybody. Hi, Mai, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So I'm very happy that you spend your precious time to be with us today. And Luis is a member of the team that won the competition in the edition 2022. And Humanizate has a very interesting project in Mexico, and it has seen a strong growth since the day it entered SBC. So now the participants, they start the journey as you started in 2022. So could you share with them your journey a bit about Humanizate, your own journey, and what advice you would have for them?
Yeah, it's nice to me to share all the learning that we have in SBC 2022 and how we reach in almost 2 years. We reach a lot of growing for all we learn in SBC. I like to say hi to Maria Esther. I see you in the meeting. I congratulate everybody of you, because you have the opportunity to learn a lot of new things and new concepts, by the way. We start like Mabel, we start like a ONG with one mindset to help everybody. Why we help the people? Okay, Humanizate, it's like be human in English. It's not it's difficult to translate Humanizate in English, but it's like be human, or be more, remember to be human, for example. And it's a methodology, a 7 steps methodology that my wife do it. She's a therapist. She have 30,000 hours talking with people one-to-one. And she tell me one day, Luis, the problems is the same for the rich and the poor. The problems is the same by the people who have all the study of the world and people who have nobody of study, people who can't read and write is the same problem. The same problem for the worker or the CEO of a company. I make makes a puzzle, take all the pieces and make a 7-step methodology. She tells me, how can I reach thousands of people in 1 hour? Because she was working in that time one-on-one, and she tells me, I never end. I want to help to all the world. I never end. My life is not so enough to help all the people. I told her we need to make something that everybody can reach by internet. Okay, that's a course, and that's the principal idea. And we want to give to all the people free. We don't know. We are a people of I don't know how to say empresarial people all the time. We have another business. We have I have hotels. We are an architects. We build houses, buildings. We have the money, but there's another way to make this. We start to apply the methodology in 2016 with teachers of elementary school. Why elementary school? Because we know that if the teacher knows the methodology, the teacher can teach the methodology to their students. And if I have one kid of elementary school, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade, 6 years, apply the methodology, because you can learn the methodology in 1 day if you want. If you want in 1 day, you see all the course and you know the information. But the important here is you need to apply. In the first day, you apply the first step. The first step is order. You learn order, then you apply order. We want to have the kids 6 years, because here in Mexico, in the elementary school, you have only one teacher daily. It's the same teacher all the year. In another parts like college, university, middle school, you have a lot of teachers. That's the main idea. We apply and we saw it works. It works easy in 7 days. In 7 days, we saw a lot of change, because every week we make a evaluation or test to the teacher and ask him or her, what changes you see? We make specific questions to have specific answers. One step of methodology is powerful questions. If you don't know how to make questions, you don't receive the correct answers. Yeah? Okay. To don't make the road too long, we know SBC. Oh, it's in English. Anybody of us speak English? Only Juliet is my doctor. Okay, you are our translator. I'm Becky. Becky is from Turkey, and she speaks English too. But in Mexico, in Latin America, here I saw a lot of Spanish names. I know most of you is from Universidad Veracruzana, but it's a barrier. It's in English. I don't speak English. Okay, we broke that barrier. We start to participate in round 1, round 2, round 3. We reach the final, and with a lot of work, it's a lot of work. We stay in Montreal 5 days before the competition. but it was the days that we wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and we sleep at 2 or 3 in the morning. We sleep 3 or 4 hours because we review and review. We make the presentations. We made the presentations, both the semifinal and the final, more than 20 times each, and review the time and review it. Take off that slide, put that slide, change this number. Wait for me, 1 minute. 1 second, no minutes. Okay. We won the first prize. That helped us the money, but more than the money, the learning. The learning changed our mindset because from ONG, we transformed to social business. And that was, I don't know, I don't like that phrase, but in Spanish is blow our mind, explode, and was very helpful to us, all the learning. The learning helped 90%, and the money helped 10% to reach all that we reach in 2 years. I want to tell, we arrived to Montreal to the final, we have the educational platform that is a web page. I think in 2 months the app is ready. Now we are in a validation process of the app. I gave to 1,000 students to qualify, to review if works. That students know the methodology, and we are in the I don't know how to say. Okay, they tell us if it works or not works, what changed, what doesn't work technically, what doesn't work in the flow of the conversation. I don't know, but that's not important because we start with a business model very, very small in a web page. Bah. We create a board game to reach that places that don't have internet in schools. And that board game, we made it in real size. The board game measures is 5 meters in 5 meters for 5 meters, and the pieces of the game is the kids. That's 2 things we have when we are in Montreal. We never explain the board game a little. We have a board game, and that's only the idea in the presentation. But we have to reach this year 70,000 students. 70,000 this year.
So this year you already got 70,000.
70.
70, right?
Yeah, 70.
Wow.
70.
It's
this
amazing
year.
how you grew
That's the
from
reach
200
because
people.
Now in April we have about 30,000 now. And we work all the days. I have the hotels, but I dedicate 10% of my time in the hotels, and 90% of my working time it's in Humanizate, because we saw it works, and we can change not the world, but if we can change my place, my city, my state, and I can teach you how to change your family, your block in the street, your community, your city, your state, we can multiply. And that's that way that I like of the methodology, that can be exponential, reachable, and easy to grow. Okay, we have a lot of stories because we have a lot of students, and each student is a story. Because I have a phrase that say
So
everybody
now,
has problems.
what would be your advice to help our participant this year so that they can grow the way you did? So I remember when you started SBC, you only had around 200 people to start with, right? And now it's reaching 30,000 and it's gonna reach 70,000 soon, right?
But how they can grow? They need to work a lot. You need to love your business, your social business. You need to love it. You need to feel it. You need to be very passionate. We have a lot of passion with your social business, because if you don't have that ingredients, very easy can throw the towel and say, okay, and quit. That's difficult. You need to have a lot of, I don't know if in English exists the word. In Mexico is something like resilience, resiliencia. No sé si alguien que hable
Yeah,
inglés me diga, me ayuda a
resilience.
traducirla. Resilience. You need to resist. You need to resist because every day you are in front of problems that the problems told you, quit, 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 quit. Every day you receive in your mind 20 quits for one follow, 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 follow. You need to follow.
Mhm.
If you think 20 times I quit, no, you don't hear that voice. You hear the voice follow, 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 follow. Any idea that you have, put on the table to the team. We have the educational platform, board game, comics. If I have time, I show you one comic of many of that. We have now 12, 2 social projects, because there's a big difference between social business and social projects. For me, social projects is, okay, team, 5 of us go to a street and take up the garbage and clean this park. That's a social project. Okay, bring 10,000 trees and plant 10,000 trees. That's a social project. We have now 12 social projects. You say 12 social projects? Yeah. And we, I don't know, we make the idea of these 12 social projects in a napkin, because we have 30,000 students, and almost of the students have it's a woman, for example. Another group of students is entrepreneurs. We have one project that names Social Business for the Peace. That's a seed to make social business to next year participate in SBC.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a small ideas that we make form to help the people grow a little and then make the jump with social business creation to another level. Yeah. That social project in Specify, it doesn't start now because are 12 projects. To start 12 projects is very difficult. We start with 4 of that 12. You need to make a lot of videos. You need to make a lot of conversation or in social media. How can we grow? We grow because we spend a lot of money in social media and spend a lot of time visit one by one, school by school. The government is our first partner, because the government, when we start with them, we told to the government, I give you a free a free proof. Give me the most complicated schools in the town. The most complicated schools in town. Give it to me. No, you don't have
Great.
it.
So then your advice to students, and you and Mabel share something very important here. So always start with your mission, stay focused on your mission, but then you have to be creative on the solutions. So your products, you can create different projects as you go along. So it's very important to focus on your mission and the kind of impact, the end result you want to create. And then the solutions can be very flexible. You have to love what you do. You have to be very persistent in what you do. Build your resilience. Don't take no as an answer. So try to work hard. And it's very important to work in the field, right? So those are the great advice. As we don't have much time left, so I would like to ask Danny, another alumni, to share the advice with our participants. And then I hope that after that, you will stay for the Q&A so participants can ask you more questions, all right? So
Sure.
Danny, are you here, Danny?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Danny.
So my story is a bit different than my predecessors. I graduated from the SBC in the need of creating a change because I have a medical condition. And I know that a lot of other people have the same issue. So it's a kind of inflammation that needs treatment. So I'm not going to go into this so that it'll take too much time. So the whole idea started with having a yoga bar that allows people to have yoga sessions, so eat healthy and train in a matter of 1 hour. The idea developed after that to become like a set of chalets near a lake where you can relax. At the same time, you can work. There's someone who takes care of your food and takes care of training you in the morning. So it became like a spot for people to come around. So we opened like a small chalet like in Cherbourg, which is like a pretty nice. I'm not gonna call it village; it's a city, but it's like so big and it has a lot of spaces that you can breathe. So everything is clean in there. Like there's still agriculture and stuff like that. So it was the perfect spot. So we got the hit by COVID, and we had to sell and close because like people were not allowed to go. Like for 2 years, it's like very difficult to stay to be sustainable and continue the mission. And after that, we had the opportunity as well, my partner and I, to be part of different construction companies, where now we are building a big block of 52 apartments that will have the same concept of having the restaurant up top in a form of a glass hub where you get hit by the sun, where you can see the snow in the winter. And what changed in my approach actually is that since the idea is something that people are looking for, to live healthy, and most of the people that I know want to create social impacts. So I started gathering some of the entrepreneurs that are similar to me, to which I'm now providing advisory. So one of my network people, which I'm gonna say that networking is gonna help you a lot. So you have to talk a lot about your project, which is helping me meet more people. And this person invested in building the same idea up in my country, Lebanon, where there are a big inflation, where the currency lost it's like the local currency lost its value. And they started promoting this. They built the idea. It's getting people from locally and from around the world, and spreading as well the news. So now I have another partner who wants to open the same concept in Guadeloupe in France. So we are working on the project right now as well to make it happen. We see this happening in a matter of 2 years, and the concept is changing it a little bit, where we're gonna use containers. So we're gonna use all those containers that are at the port that nobody uses, and we're gonna recycle them to make them as houses with like a private pool and all that, and help continue spread the social mission where people can leverage well-being at the same time they can work from home, away from home, and with that try to be part of this new era where like people are tending to work from anywhere in the world, which are like called digital nomads. So we're trying to create some kind of a village that will help these people nest and have a place everywhere around the world. So we'll start from that place and grow big after that. So what I will tell you is like never be afraid from failing, because failing is part of your journey. Most important thing is you have to focus on your vision and your mission to make it happen and create impact, because there's a lot like you, and there's a lot that are afraid. And even if the idea is existing, part of being an entrepreneur is taking what exists and make it better. Because if you see all those competitions around the world, they all like repeat and do the same thing, and they compete about who can give additional value. So never be afraid of failing, because that's what's gonna get you to the top. That's what I'm gonna say.
Wonderful. Thank you so
Thank you.
much for the great advice. Yeah, and we add to the list now, networking is very important. You really have to go out to the field, talk to people. So don't stay at home and imagine the solution. You really have to go out and present your projects and get feedback. So these are the very good advice that you have for participants. So now I'd like to move on to the next part of the session today, where I explain to you the criteria of round one. And let me share you the screen again. And then I hope Mabel and Danny and Luis can stay for the Q&A. So I think that now students are processing the information. It's the first time that they are in the global session together with the SBC program. So I would like to show you, remind you of the program for the competition for 4 months. So you will go through the journey. First round, we focus on social innovation. So think about your mission. It's very important, the kind of impact you want to create. And then after that, you will think about how to make money from the solution you come up with. After that, you will learn on how to execute the business design, the model that you come up with. And then after that, you'll learn how to accelerate your impact. So I'm super happy to see that Mabel and Luis have been able to accelerate the impact significantly. So stay focused. And Danny also still working on the mission, and the project is gradually taking off, and you still working in the same track. So it's like your Northern Star. So we don't have to get success right away. Things will come as long as we have a good resilience. We are not afraid of failure. And then there are many solutions, many ways to get the kind of impact that we want to create. So in round one, what we ask you to do is to, first of all, you have to go out and talk to people. So that's why what we ask you is that you have to provide us with evidence of your field work, and then you present in 10 minutes. The first 4 rounds, your online page is on the SBC platform. So you already have your page on SBC platform. Pay attention attentively to the criteria. This is also a pedagogical tool to tell you what are important at this stage of your project. So we don't want you to think about money now. We want you to focus on your impact. We want you to focus on the mission. So in your presentation, we ask you to do these things. First, you have to present your idea in the most concise manner possible. So only in around 15 words, you have to describe your business. And then you have to declare the UN goals that you want to respond to. You already did that in your proposal. Now you need to give it a more detail. You will go out, work in the field, and figure out the mechanisms. So in your proposal, you only declare what kind of goal you respond to. But now in your pitch, in 14 days, you will have to explain that what you do in order to respond to the goal. And then we ask you to show us that you are prepared to have a good performance on the environmental aspects of your business, on the social aspect of your business, and on the governance aspect of your business. The first step, we just want to find your readiness for a good ESG performance. So we want you to describe the problem. And then you have to explain to us the root cause. So the describing the problem is like your diagnosis. So where are the pinpoints that you want to treat? And then whether your issues are crisis driven or it is driven by a mission. So you have to give a good diagnosis. And then you would say, given those symptoms that you see, what causes them? And in our online course, you already have the conceptual framework to help you delve into these. So I will go into the online courses a bit later. So after describing your diagnosis, the observation of the problems, then you tell us the root cause, and then it's very important you have to show us what you know about the solutions that already exist. So without you, do other people or organizations try to solve the problem? Are you the only one, the very first one, or you are going to join the momentum? You are going to join other organizations and individuals in solving the problems that you've chosen. So you need to name those organizations. And then after that, you will have to explain your own solution. In your proposal, you already gave a brief idea of what you want to do. Now in your pitch, we want you to explain it more clearly. And then, as Danny said, that you have to demonstrate that you improve upon whatever exists. So your solution has to be better in some aspects to justify your existence. And then no one can do a good project alone. So you need to engage your stakeholders, and we want to know your strategy. And then we want to see what kind of support you can get after 14 days of field work. And then important is about your resilience, what you can learn from your failure. If you go out, ask for support, and people say no, it's okay. What's important is try to find out why people say no, and that will help you iterate, help you improve upon your project. So those are the 4 things that we ask you to present in your 10 minutes presentation. 10 minutes sounds a lot, but very little. Why it is a lot is because we are in an attention economy. People don't want to give you 10 minutes. People just want to hear quickly what you have to say. And then usually after 1 or 2 minutes, if the presentation is not that interesting, people would just flip and move on to other things. So 10 minutes is really the stretch that we have for you to present your projects. All right. And then you have four areas for the presentation. And you know that look at the points you have here. As in A, you have 20 points for section A to describe your project. You have 50 points to describe the problems and your solution. You have 20 points to talk about how you engage other people and organization in your solution, and 10 points for the learning. So each question here is about 10. So you know that, so for the 10 minutes, so you know it should be 20% of your effort to be on describing the idea. 50% of your effort should be on describing the problem and the solution. 20% of your effort should be on stakeholder engagement, and 10% of your effort should be on the learning curve. So is it clear for now? Any questions so far? Good. So I hope that you will pace your presentation well according to the weight we give in for your presentation. So now I'd like to show you some examples from previous editions. So this is and how you can find example from previous edition. You just go to the competition and you go to the group. The platform. As you go to group, and you will be able to find here the business groups. So they are the past participants. Now they become business group. So you are now, you have the status of active competition, competitor in the competition. And if you go to business groups, then you'll be able to find the past participants. So I give you an example of this project. So Best Thrift. So you see that is the round for social innovation round. So you see that this is the online page. So the participant made a 10-minute presentation here. And you see that the video we require from you, it doesn't have to be super complicated. It can be you presenting, and then you have the supporting materials here, and then images of your projects and what you do and your interaction with the people. And then some other projects. So this one could be you presenting. This could be like this. Okay, or it could be something like this. So it's voiceover, you speak, and then towards the generic. Okay, so you understand about the requirement for the video? Any question? No? So the video, we don't ask for a super complicated video. So imagine this. So we want to listen to your presentation, but because we have way too many projects and it's very hard to find judges for the time that is suitable for you when you are in Philippines, when you are in Vietnam, when you're in Mexico, very different time zone. So then that's why we ask you to record your 10 minutes presentation so that the judges can work on their own and evaluate your projects. All right. So you can do it as the simple presentation like this, and you can have your board in the background, or you can have your own, create your own Zoom presentation, and then you make recording on the Zoom. Or you can have the PowerPoint presentation and you click on recording. So I give you an example. So imagine you prepare your presentation here and you can click on record, and then you can click on screen recording, and then it will go with voiceover, and then you can export the video of your presentation. So when you do screen recording here, it can also capture both the PowerPoints and your face. Or you can just make a presentation like this, and then you have the voiceover. Yeah, the transcript, we recommend you make the transcript. And then you can put like this. So then that it will be easy for people to follow. Okay, so when you have the, it's good to have the transcript right with your videos. So other question you have in the chat? The 10-minute ask around one, you don't pitch online. No, you pitch it online. The online pitch is your here. This is your page, online pitch. You have 10 minutes to pitch, and it is a recorded video. So it is not a live presentation. It is a recorded presentation for 10 minutes. All right. And then there are many ways you can make the video. The video can be like this one. So the participant just film her talk, and then she can use like this, supporting visuals when she comes to the point. Or it could be like a PowerPoint presentation and with a voice over. Or it could be like this. So you understand the requirement for the videos. So you already received the evaluation form that give you very detailed on what we ask for in every questions here. All right, and I see question in the chat. Only people that can appear online pitch are the ones that have already made. Yes, your online pitch, the people, well, you don't need to have everyone to present online, but only the person who has made the registration can appear in the video. So we don't accept the informal members. So let's show an example of the teams that joined this year. So just take one example here. So you see that the person, this person is already registered, the lab leader, it has the mark, and you have this person registered, and then you have this person not registered. So this person will not be allowed to appear in the video as a presenter. And this person can participate in the group informally. So how you reward this person, it's up to your team. But this person will not get support or any certificate or access to the course from to SBC platform. So let me show you the result. Imagine after the after you make the pitch. So I will show you what the certificate will look like. I give you an example from our previous year. So this is an example of the person who complete this person only participated in round 4, and the project passed round 4, so this person has this certificate. Now I give you another example of another participant who participated in all 4 rounds, and then who got the certificate for all 4 rounds here. Let me give you another example of the person. This person only completed the first round of the competition. So we got this certificate, and it has the symbol of the round. So only the registered people will receive this certificate for the completion. And now I'd like to show you the prize. So for example, we have, so this person received the prize for round 2. So, and then of course in the team, the informal members, the one who are not registered, will not receive these certificate when the team win the prize, will not receive the certificate when the team pass the round. And then let's give another example of so this is what it looks like for the team that is in the top 30%. So it is the nominee for the round. And then for those who take the course, then I will show you the example of the certificate for those who complete the training course. Okay. So this person took part in the online course, so and got the grade for the online course. You will see the transcript with the 101, 102, 103, 104. So they are the online course on EduZone. And then you see the 201. So the person who completed the online course here and the team passed the round, then the person also got the grade for the 201. So 201, 202, 203, 204 are for those who complete the online training, the online course, and the project of the competition meet the minimum requirement of the project for the rounds. All right, any question? So the requirement for the videos, no, the videos, we don't have specific requirement. What you need to do is just to show us, your job is to prove that you are able to initiate a social innovation, and the judges will just look for information and to answer according to these criteria. So we want you to be creative in your videos. We don't want you to mold into only one kind of pitch. We already give you the criteria, very specific criteria here. Make sure that the content of your videos will have the information for the judge to evaluate. So if the judge doesn't find the information, the grade is 0. So the judges, so you present in English, and I don't think that judges have the problem with English. And also, if you are from Peru, for example, and you give the evidence in Spanish, so we'll match you with a judge that speaks Spanish. If you are from Vietnam, then you have evidence in Vietnamese, then we will match you with the judge that can read Vietnamese. Okay, so the question Thu Hằng had, it only applies for last year where we got the regional round evaluation. But this year, everything go directly to global round. All right. Is it allowed to show people we interview in the video? Yes, yes, definitely. So the presenter is different from the people you interview. We encourage you to show the people you interview so that your project looks real. So the information you give us is not a makeup information. All right, so do I forget any other questions you have? So just let me go over the question. So first, is there a document about requirement for the videos? We don't have a requirement for the videos. We only ask you for the video, and it's up to you to present it the way you want, as long as you provide the information here for the judge to answer the evaluation form of the judge. So the judges will answer a form like this. So they will go and give you the point, and that will go directly to us, to our global office, right? So what we send you through emails and on the platform is this evaluation form with very specific criteria. And we also post it in the group of, here, I'll show you the, and you are already member of the group. It's called Participants 2024. So let me show you the group. So if you are online, I'd like you to go onto the platform and go to the group. And everything we email you, we also post on this group. So you have no excuse that you don't receive the materials. So you go to the feed. And you will see that we have the information. So when we have announcement, it will be posted there. And if you go to documents, you'll find it here. So you have the instruction on how to complete the online course and how to submit your work. And now how to submit it online, we have the instruction, very specific instructions here. You can download it. So it's already sent to you by email. It's posted on the group, the 24 participants. So you cannot say that you don't receive the instruction. An evaluation form, you click on this and you'll have evaluation form of every round. So now when we talk about the next part is on the submit evidence in writing and on the landing page. So what we ask you is that you have to submit a document that explain to us what the piece of evidence is for. So a document that lists the evidence. So if you look at this group, so the evidence on the campaign performance received, and then the features, right? But then this is what you post on your projects here. But the judge will ask you for one document that explains the purpose. why you give this evidence, what is for, and also it better go with the criteria. You say in the document, you say, here I will have list document 1 is for a question A1, and you give the document name, and then for example you say that your one-liner here, it got shared by other people, so you got good like and share on your social media as an example, or you got an interview with your stakeholder that help you improve your one-liner to make it easier, to make it more catchy and memorable. And so that would be, and then the evidence could be a video, it could be an image, it could be an email, capture screen of an email. And so you can be creative in supporting your evidence. You just need to give us one summary explaining to us what the evidence is and which question it serves. So the next one on the, we don't pitch anymore, alternative 10 minutes. So again, the pitch is you pitch on SBC platform. It is an online pitch. It is not a live pitch, but it is a recorded pitch with the information. The live pitch is only in Montreal when you go for the semi-final and the grand final. It is where you meet one-on-one with the judges. The top 30% of each round will have one-on-one coaching session. And then when we announce the result, you will need to book for the coach. So the top 30% of this round will have one-on-one coaching on the 1st of June. And so the 1st of June, also from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. is the global session like this, where I explain to you the criteria of the round 2. And then from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. that will have different sessions for one-on-one coaching with the global coach for the top 30% of the according to the reasons of the round 1. So next question is on, okay, how about the informal? So the informal lab members cannot appear on your video as a presenter. So they can help you with the project, but they don't get any kind of support or recognition from SBC. Are you allowed to show, is it allowed to show people we interview in the video? We encourage that. If you interview people, you should show that in your video and also in your list of the evidence. So make clear information on the video. Well, that will be your creativity. So look at the, so try to ask, to show your video to someone, to as many people as possible. Ask friendly judge. So ask people to evaluate you according to this. So ask people to be your friendly judge. All right. So ask your coach to judge you, and then you show your 10 minutes video presentation to your friends and say, hey, this is the evaluation criteria. How would you grade me? And then after many tests like this, you will be able to refine your video. So it is impossible to give a clear-cut guideline on making a video because each project is very different. And then the kind of information you can gather will be very different. So I strongly recommend you to show your videos to as many people as possible. Post it on your social media first to get feedback. And once you get feedback, it becomes the evidence of your fieldwork performance. So you're not going to lose your effort at all. Okay, a document, so I already answered that. So about the EduZone, each question, I would answer a question about the course a bit later. Is there any preferred format for the fieldwork documents? No, there's no preferred format. So you just upload it as a Word or a PDF. And then it's up to you to make it clear. Use your creativity. The purpose of this document is to help the judge understand what piece of evidence you use for which question. And then statistic data, yes, we need you to give reference. So if you say that the problem, so I give an example of the pitch from this students. So when you say 10% of global carbon, blah, 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 this, so the way it's written like this is not convincing because we don't know where you get this information from. All right. So when you say, you have to say, according to report by blah, blah, blah. So you cite, you quote the source where you get this data so that we can verify, we can go and dig deeper when we are interested in this information. So don't do like this. So this is not a good way of presenting because you give the number, but this number is not believable. Okay. So with this recording, yes, we are going to post this on the group E2024. So every materials here, every session, we will post the document and the recording. So when the recording is available, you will see it in this. You will go to the this one, and you will have a recording. So right now it doesn't have a video because we don't have yet. But today, once the recording is available, then you will see it in this section. All right. So you have no excuse that you don't see the video.
Excuse me, may I have question?
Yes.
Yeah. So according to the evidence for the data that the lab and projects the member present in their videos, so like the way that you suggest, according to the report, blah blah blah, it show that there are 10% of something. So after they said it in the video, so do they need to download the report and give it the evidence document in the folder?
The minimum we ask is a full citation of the report. And it's best if you already have the report to submit it, so it will save our job. So we don't have to look for the report, because sometimes if your citation is not good and we cannot find that article, so then we consider that you fake the information. You know?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you
what
already
about
have that report, it's best to upload that report as well. And also, you can choose. So I will give an example of this year project, and you see that in the project that you will have the section to upload your materials. So some of the project that we create. So you see that we will create a tab for you like this, confidential information for you. So at the end of today, you will see two tabs. one tab is the where you put your so let's open the guide, because we some of the teams don't have the tab yet because they made the registration a bit late, so our IT team had not got time to create the tab for you. But let me go over the with you on the document that we already sent you. Competition. So this is the guideline of how you can submit your pitch, and you will see it has the tab. So we already create the tab for you. So you just go to the pages. You will see that the tab. What you need to do is just to click on edit, and so and then you just enter the information. And for anything that you consider confidential, you will post it on the this. So I will show you that the one that has confidential information here. When you click on it, you have the judges have to enter the password to see it. So the public will not be able to see this. All right. So after today, you will see in your group the two tabs: the confidential information tab, and then the tab on social innovation. So let's take another example of the project that enter a bit earlier. Yeah, so this one. You see on this, so confidential information is then the judges, only the judges can see. All right, so next one. Yeah, the recording, again, I said it's not, we will not be able to send the video by email because the video is very heavy. So you will see it in the group E24. The case study article that required, and then I will talk about that case a little while. So you have 3 registered participants working on one project. No, you only need one video of 10 minutes for the whole project. All right. So you can always add new members to your project, and the until September 20. So as I showed you earlier, the example of the so for example, this person joined the team only in round 4. This person, that's the leader of the team, so it's all 4 rounds. So this person only 1 round. So imagine you have a person who joined 1 round and then quit. I give you another example of the person who joined 2 groups. The course is... This is an example of the person who joined round 1 and round 4. Okay, so this person didn't work in round 2 and 3, and it's okay. So the $200 admin fee is a one-time for the whole competition, regardless of number of the rounds that you participate. So whether you participate in only 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, or 4 rounds, it's the same amount of money that you pay at the beginning when you register. All right. And now Drew Bassett is an example where he was a leader of eFeed conversion, but then that project was eliminated, and then he joined another project. So in SBC, we do not eliminate people. We only eliminate projects. So if at the end of round one, your project is eliminated and you still want to continue with the competition, then you go onto the platform and you contact the leaders. You contact the leaders and then you say, hi, I want to join your group. And you know how to contact your leader. You have the members of the teams here and you have the leader here. You click on the leader name and then you can talk to the person right away. Okay. What is the reason for elimination? Well, your project is eliminated if you get less than 30 points over 100. So imagine you got 29 points over 100, then your project is eliminated. Okay. The video must be a public information. So the confidential information is only for the evidence that of your field work that you don't feel comfortable showing. But the video must be a public video. It is a public page. All right. So any questions about the project submission? Everything's good. So now can I go to the learning the EduZone for those who decide to take the course? And we do not require everybody to pass the course. We require minimum one member of your team to take the course and pass it. The people who take the course and pass the course will get the transcript. And then you can use a transcript to present to your school to convert it into your school credits. So you got the SBC credits, but many schools accept SBC credits as the real credit for their school.
Yeah. May I have another question?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you make it clear about the evidence submit? So before the projects lab will have the OneDrive folder and they can add the document evidence on that. And now they submit on in the platform, or beside that they also upload in the folder.
Okay. First of all, that they can choose where they can upload the evidence. So we want everything to be public, but if they consider some documents to be too sensitive, they don't want to post it. So for example, this team, they got the evidence right on the platform. All right. So this group also got the evidence right on the platform. So the judges can just click on it and see it right away.
Yeah.
Okay? So we
Yeah.
encourage you to have it here because this is where the judges, the investors and suppliers and so on will be able to see you. So here we hope that you use a platform as a way for you to promote your project. And you want to make people believe that your project is good, it's really working, and you got a lot of support. And so you would post it here. But we say that we allow for some evidence. You say that, oh, the evidence, I don't feel comfortable showing the evidence publicly. Then you can post it on the confidential information tab. And in that, if you go in that confidential tab, then it will, let me show you what it will.
So everything will made in the platform online. It's not in OneDrive folder anymore. Yeah.
Everything is on the platform. Okay.
So what about regarding to the my old question? Because I thought that is a problem because I joined SBC for 4 years and I am the coach and also the judge. And you know that I know that because it is the global competition and the language, English is not be the very biggest barrier for all. But actually, you know, for example, when I the judge of the lab from Vietnam and they pitch in English, But actually, sometimes we also find very difficult to understand all of the information on the video pitch. That's the reason why I asked you, so whether they can submit a writing, maybe on the form, and some maybe they just feel that it's not clear on the video, so they can open the form to read it.
No, it's
It
we
takes
have
time.
the evaluation here. It's very clear that what we get from the videos and what we get from the evidence.
Yeah, I see. I see that I understand the criteria for the form. However, I mean that when I listen to the Vietnamese, for example, they present in English. So sometimes it's not very clear to understand. Even the English may be very well, you know. But for example, for the maybe 2 years ago edition, the judge can read on the answer sheet, and they find it very clear.
No, we don't accept it anymore because now AI can do it. And now we have got a lot of research and it shows that if we allow that, people would just have AI to write it for them. So that's why we want the videos that they have to clearly articulate the answer. If they are unable to present it in the video, then it means that there's something wrong with their presentation and the pitch. So that's why we separate what we want to get from the video and what we want to get from the evidence. In the past, so in the many years ago, we didn't have the video. We only had the written submission, right? But now it no longer applies. Now with ChatGPT and so many other AI tools, then people would just have AI to write it for them. So now we only work on the videos. And then to make it clear, we recommend you to make the transcript, and then you can make the subtitle for your presentation, so that language shouldn't be a problem. And we also try to match. So your project is from Vietnam, your evidence is most likely will be in Vietnamese language. So we will try to find a Vietnamese coach, Vietnamese judge to evaluate your project. But still, it has to be a good video presentation, not a written document. However, the written document is in the case. That is a requirement for the course, the online course. So you have already got access to the online course, and we send you as default the course in English. But if you require the course in another language, you need to contact us so that we will switch the course for you. So for example, you are from Vietnam and you say, I want to take the course in Vietnamese because I don't feel confident learning in English. Then we will cancel your English access, and then we'll send you the access in Vietnamese. So our courses are available in English, French, Spanish, and Vietnamese. So, but you cannot take the course in multiple languages, because we learned from the previous edition that some participants cheat when they have access to 2 versions. So they will make one as a dummy just to find the answer, and then they work on the other version. So now, in order to prevent it, we only give you access to 1 language. So now we already send you by default the access to the course in English. But if you want to request another language, like in Spanish, in French, or in Vietnamese, then you need to contact us, SBC-competition, and you say, or SBC-students, and you request access to another language. Then we will give you access to that other language. So is it clear for you on that?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, and now I would like to go for the course.
I think Miss Lina have the question.
Oh yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you for your sharing, Mike. So I have a question that, so in the last competition in 20 and 23, so we already have a case. So I consider that when where I can find the case to to write, because when you go to dashboard, and I also see that some project that they have the case group, so I consider about that.
Yeah. So first of all, if you already passed the course last year, you do not need to retake it. So we require you to pass the course, and you can pass it at any year. So if you already passed last year, you don't need to retake it. We consider the result of your course for this year. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing, for the case writing group, it is a requirement from for your work here. So I will show you the requirement of what we evaluate. So you will need to do evaluation, individual work. So it will be evaluated by the quizzes, and then there will be a group work, and this group work. So you can team up with anybody. So you can team up with the same people that participate in the same competition group with you, or you can have a bigger case writing group. You can join other people. So the people taking the course, because here they don't have to be the one participating in the competition. And some people who participate in the competition don't have to take the course. So look at it as two separate groups. Lina, is it clear for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So now how do you form your case writing group? So it's also written in the instruction that we already sent you by email, and we also posted on the E24 group. And here, let me open it. So how do you form the group? So this document, you certainly have received it already, right? So when your status on the platform will change, you already received this. So the first part is how to answer the quizzes. So that will be your individual learning. And then for the group work, that is the case submission. So anyone can initiate a case group, and then you can join the case group. And then how you submit it, you write and you submit the documents to the case group. Okay, so you just follow it attentively with the image like this. So you submit the document, you upload the file, and you put it in the folder. And so some of you, because we also want to publish, we already work with many publishers to publish the cases, the good cases that come out of the participants here. So then some of you might say, oh, I want to write one case or two cases for on social innovation, because I want to get the chance to publish my work. So you can post it here. So for you, in order to pass the course, you need to write one case. But some of you who have the ambition to publish, then you can write more cases for consideration for publication, all right? But you get the grade, the grading for the case written. So imagine that if you write 2 cases, so you will get the grade for the out of the 2 cases, you will get the one with higher grade. That will become the official grade to calculate in your course here. And the case can be your own project or someone else's project. but we highly recommend you write a case about you, because if it is well written, we will publish, so you will also have publicity for your project. So think of writing a case as an act of promoting your projects. Is it clear, Lina?
Yes, it's clear. Thank you. And where I can check the requirement of the case.
Yeah, the requirement of the case is written in the course.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Okay, so you read the requirement of the case. So you go to the EduZone, you go to the grade to know that the case. So first you have to publish the case on your on SBC platform, and you have to write a case, and it's less than 10 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the case here has to showcase the social innovation of a project. So we evaluate by, first, the case is relevant. So how do we find it's relevant or not? So it has to be linked to the material you learn in the course here. So example, so you learn a lot. You learn about the driver of social entrepreneurship, for example, and then you have the consumerism as a topic. So then you can pick any of the topic here to write. So for example, if your project treats a consumerism problem, so for example, I just go back to example of this project on best thrift. So it's about people throwing away clothes. So she can write a case on how best thrift tackle the consumerism issues. All right. So you get the feed of the topic from whatever you learn here. So there are so many topics that you can pick from. Okay. So, or you can talk about the consumption models, or maybe you just talk about the value of social entrepreneurship. Then you can talk about your business. It's like you talk about how you juggle between profit maximizing and impact maximizing. Right?
Yeah.
So
I can choose any topic that I can write the case for my business, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
you can pick the topic from the material you learned here. So that is first, we evaluate that your case is relevant. That's the first, right? So it's relevant to the topic of social innovation. Second, it has to be coherent. So the information you put in your case has to be coherent. So you will tell what your social innovation is, how do you get the idea, and what kind of challenge do you get, how you solve it. So it's a one piece. And then after that, we want to evaluate that you really understand the topic. So if you write about consumerism, so when we read the case, we have to see that you understand what consumerism is. And then the power of that argument here is that if you tackle consumerism, and we want to see how convincing your argument is. So if you say that I am going to tackle consumerism by educating people not to buy a lot of things. So imagine you do that, and then that is your argument. But when you look at exactly what you educate people, then we don't see that the content of your education or the kind of classes you organize or the reach out. Because if you want to kill consumerism through education, you have to have mechanism to have a lot of courses. So you must reach out to many people. Just like Louis explained to you, now he's reaching out to 30,000 people, and his app is going to reach out to 70,000 people. So we understand that you are not yet able to reach that, but we want to see your design that will allow you to get there. You get the point? So, but if you only say that, well, I'm going to kill consumerism by creating courses, but you only have course for 10 people, that's it. So 10 people is it's a droplet in the bucket of water. so that the
Mm.
argument is not convincing. You get the point?
Yeah, I got it.
And then originality. So it's here because we want to publish your work, and it should not be the thing that you copy from what already exists or other people.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
you get the idea. So how you are evaluated. So your case is less than 10 pages, and it's up to you to write how many pages. So some of you may say, I write only 1 page. That's fine. If your argument is convincing. So can you make a convincing argument within 1 page? If you are able to do that, go for it. All right. But we just say we give you the maximum length and we don't give minimum length.
Yeah.
Right? But we will evaluate, first of all, is your topic relevant? Second, is the content you put there is coherent? Look at, do you demonstrate a good understanding of the topic through illustration of the project that you write about? And then
Okay.
power argument, and then of course the originality. And it's up
Okay.
to use any kind of format. Some of the teams, so I give an example of the project that is selected for publication. So I show you an example from last year case that that is being in the editing process, but it will be published soon by Springer Nature, which is a very reputable publisher. I'll show you an example. Let me go. Case. So this is an example of the case that was well written. The story of Maypaper Flower that we selected to publish it with the Springer Nature. And you see that is how they wrote the case. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see if there are other questions. Okay, Karin.
So do we have any maximum case that we write through each route?
No, we don't have maximum case because we want to encourage you to write cases so that we can find good cases to publish. But we ask you to write 1 case. So 1 case will be considered for the grade because you have to have the individual grade and the group grade, right?
Yeah.
But imagine that if you love writing and you have so many things to write about your project, because when you do it, it is also to help promote your business, right? And when it gets published, so many other people around the world will read your case as well. So you say, I'm going to write 4 cases about my business on 4 topics related to social innovation. So our judges will read all 4 cases, and then the highest grade of the 4 cases will become your grade here for the group evaluation.
Yeah.
All right.
So the score of group evaluation is this the same with the individual evaluation?
No, the your grade will be we add the grade of the individual evaluation that will be on 100 point, and the case evaluation is also on 100 points. All right, so we add them together. So imagine that you team up with Tu Hang and Jeremy to write a case, but your competition, Lena, I think let's open your project. Your group is what is the name of your group? I just want to give it as an example.
Shock Farm.
Okay. Soka Farm. Okay, Soka. So I can search for here. No, maybe I don't get it right. Okay,
Oh,
sock.
yeah, this one.
Okay, so imagine that this is your group. You have these members. So you
Yeah.
can write the case with Lan Anh and then Thu Hằng, the people who are not on the list here.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you can write the case with anyone. So you initiate the case study group. So let's open a case study group. Case study group. So imagine that you have a group about SOFA case writing group here, and then so you are the initiator, and then you just you upload it to the document tab. And because because you will have if you want to have more than one cases, it's okay. So so because you just put all of the case in the right in the right folder, right? So the judges will go to the folder. And by the way, the judges on your projects are not the same as the judges for your study. So the study on EduZone, the quiz will be evaluated automatically by machine because there is only one correct answer. The cases are evaluated by HEC Montreal professors. And the projects are evaluated by judges, 2 judges, 1 business person and 1 academic. And then we find the judges that are closest to your reality. So your project is from Vietnam, so definitely you will have at least one of the 2 judges to be Vietnamese. But maybe both of the judges are Vietnamese.
I got it.
Okay, and the next question. Yeah, so one person has to finish it by the 14th of May. And now what will happen for finishing that, because we want to make sure that what you present, what you talk really make sense. And so now you need to finish, the one person that take the burden of studying has to finish the quiz. But the quiz, if you have 100% correct, it's you need to score 100 over 200. So combining of the quiz and the case. So imagine that now you write a case, and so imagine that you answer the quiz. You got 80 points on the quiz, and that means that you need to obtain 20 points on the case studies. Then you pass. All right. So imagine that, but of course, a case of 20 points will not get published. So what will happen is that you say that now after this round, I want to rewrite my case. You submit a case to be re-evaluated. So then your case could get like 40 points. So for your transcript, then you will get like 120 points. You get the point? You understand it? So by 14th of May, one person of your group has to score 100 points over 200. The quiz you cannot redo. You can redo the case after if you want to improve your grade. Because we are going to, at the end of the competition, we will send the transcript to you. Okay? So the transcript is based on the score you have. So the quiz, after you're done with the quiz, you cannot redo the quiz. But if you want to improve your grade, you can redo the case. And the case can be re-evaluated to improve your grade. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
It's yes.
So I repeat, at least one member of your team has to get 100 points over 200 for the EduZone. All right. Yeah. So if you have 100 already on the quiz, then if you don't write okay, it's okay. Because it's 100 on the quiz. I'm not sure if you'll get 100, but imagine that. But if you don't get 100 point on the quiz, so you really have to use the case to make up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am, because I'm sorry because I raised up your hand. I haven't been like because you're talking about at least one person in a team. We need 100% over 100%. So the team
no,
right
not
now.
100%. I say 100 points over 200. So that means 50%.
So just in case our team, we have 3 members. So at least one of us, we can get 100 over 200. That will be all right?
Yeah. So minimum, if all 3 of you pass, that's great. But we only require at least one person to pass.
Okay, got you. Thank you so much.
All right. So other
So,
questions?
Yeah, one more question. So where we can take the time to submit the case or to complete our assignment.
Yeah. So because the case is part of the group work, so you have to submit it by the 14th of May to be evaluated, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, you say, oh, I rethink, I want to improve my grade. Then you can resubmit the case. But
Okay.
on the 14th of May, we look at the score you get. So as long as you get 100 points, combining the case and the quiz, then you pass.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So that means we also have to finish the quiz before the 14th.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Thank you so much.
Okay. So 14th of May is the deadline to pass the course. And you still have the chance to improve the score by rewrite the case after, if you want. All right. So
Yeah.
then you can say that you will do the quiz, and you will know that if you get 60 points on the quiz, that means that you have to get 40 points from the case to pass. If you get 100 points from the quiz, you don't write the case, you still pass. All right.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, very good. All right, so it's already 10. I hope I have answered all of your questions. And is it clear for you? And the reading and the doing the quiz, if you concentrate, you can finish in 2 days. If you study full time, it takes around 12 hours to finish the course and the quiz. It takes more time to write the case. And think of it this way: writing a case is writing a publicity, and you should post your case writing on your social media. Get people to read it. All right. And if it is a good quality case, then you will get the chance to get it published by a very good publisher. Okay.
I have a question. I have actually a few questions that I wrote on the chat and hasn't been answered. So just to be clear, about the course,
Yes.
by May 14, I feel I'm confused. Do we have to produce a 10 minutes video presentation, gather information, write a case, and pass a test quiz?
Okay. So look at it. There are 2 things separate. One is the learning course.
Yeah.
Okay. So the learning course, so we only require minimum 1 member of your team to take the learning course. If all of you take it, great. If not, 1 person is okay. So for the learning course, it is the quiz and the case. Because we have people who take the course but don't participate in the competition. All right. So the learning course is one part. And the passing the course, minimum 1 person passing the course, is the requirement for us to evaluate the project. Okay. So now for the project, that is the project that entered the competition, we require a 10 minutes video presentation with evidence. And many of your team members don't have to take the course, and that is correct.
Okay. And my other question, if I understand well, We are competing with projects that group have been working on for several past cohorts. So basically, like what I'm understanding is like all participants for this year competition are not necessarily starting at on the same base. For example, like I am new. This is my first experience with social business creation. And what I'm understanding is like I'm gonna be, or my project will be judged on the same criteria that someone that might have been participating for this for 4 years.
Mhm.
Gather
first
already
of
like
all-
a lot of information, a lot of data, a lot of experience.
So first of all, we only consider the fieldwork, what you can collect during the competition time. So if you, for example, if you have a project that's been like 2-3 years, and you submit the evidence that dated 2-3 years ago, we don't count. We count the evidence that you gather during the competition time. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that we don't consider the legal status or when you start. And you see that from our experience, from all of the previous competitions, it's the speed of learning. It's more important. It's not when you start the project. So if you look at the winners of all previous editions, they are really new in the competition, but they learn very fast. So they demonstrate a very strong transformation. So that's what judges look at. So just stay to this the criteria. Okay, look at this, and the criteria here, it's collected during the competition time. And now for one-liner, it doesn't matter whether you are 10 years old company or 1 year old company. And think of it this way: if you have to be old to succeed, then Yahoo should be now, right? But you see, Yahoo used to be #1 in the world, but it's nowhere. If you look at like Nokia, it used to be #1 in the world. So if you look at when Google entered the market and when Yahoo was, so Google was really a newbie, very little one, and they compete in the same market, right? They compete in the same time, and now Google beat Yahoo. Yahoo is dead. Google's there. So if you look at Apple, first it worked on the computer, and then it worked on iPhone and the in a telephone market. So then it beats like Nokia, and it beat BlackBerry. BlackBerry used to be very powerful, but now it's gone. So have the courage. Don't be afraid whether you are start early or you are young or not, because in real life, in reality of business, big company and small company compete in the same market at the same time, right? And what customer cares about is your performance now, not your performance in the past. So in the SBC competition, we reflect that reality. And if you look at the criteria here, you see whether you are just a new one or your old one. The old one will not make you a much bigger advantage according to the criteria here. So when we design the questions, we already had that in our consideration. Did it answer your question?
Yes, from a perspective of a participant that enter this course and this competition as a new project, I feel it's very overwhelming to know that I'll be looking at other projects that I've been working on for several years with bigger groups. So I just find it personally like very overwhelming. I thought it would be more an environment of new startup with a social intention. So, but it's okay. I thank you for your answering. I'll adjust to my expectation in what I'll get out of this this competition and course. but I just feel the new information I'm just getting today is very overwhelming.
Well, don't be afraid. When you do business, you have to have the courage.
No, it's
You
not.
have
It's
to
not,
be able to fight with the giant. And
it's
from
about-
our experience in the past, all
not
of the projects that won the prizes, they are really new when they enter the competition.
yeah, and it's not
They
about
have very good learning. The speed of learning is very good.
yeah,
And
but
even Luis, that you just met him. So when he entered the competition, the project was really new. Really, really new. But then when he entered, that he started very little, and then after 4 months, we really saw the transformation. And the judges really look at the transformation. And you also have to think that SBC is like a learning environment. And then you get a free tuition. You don't have to pay tuition to learn. And if you do good job, you get the prizes. And also there are individual prizes and group prizes. So individual prize, it's independent from your performance, the business performance. As long as you demonstrate your transformation, that then you get the individual prizes. All right, don't be afraid. So yeah, when you launch your business, you cannot say that, hey, wait for me, I am still a newbie. Wait for me, don't compete. Let me grow first and then compete, right? But when you launch your business, you have to compete anyway. So we are here to help. So that's why we have the course to help you. We have the detailed criteria as the pedagogical tool. And if you demonstrate a good good progress, you only compete with teams from your same region. And then you will get one-on-one coaching with the global judges, global coaches. And then our coaches have diverse background. Depending on what you need, you will book for the coach that you prefer. So if you need marketing, you book for those who are strong in marketing. If you need those good in pitching, then you book the person is good for pitching. If you need networking, then you book the coach that is good with networking and so on. All right? Don't be afraid. You have to have the courage, resilience. So Patricia, you have a question?
Yes, thank you. I've been working on the platform Edison Courses, and I noticed that when I submitted my first responses, they were correct, and they got on a green signal. But later, when I get on another day on the platform and made a new topic, the previous topic was unsubmitted, and the responses I submitted yet, they were just as saved, but the attempt was done. I have 2 attempts to submit my responses, and one was done yet, and I don't know if that is a problem on the platform or if I need to submit my responses again and use my 2 attempts when I first do it well at the first time.
Well, you have 2 attempts to answer the questions, right? And so for that specific, we can schedule a meeting so that you can share screen and show us the problem. But it doesn't sound right from what you described to us, because once you answer and it's saved, it is saved. It cannot be undone. So if you say that it was not recorded, then we have to see what happened. So then we need to schedule a separate meeting so that we can help you with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so just write to SBC students so that we can schedule a meeting with you to see the problem, where you can show what screen of the problem you encounter.
Thank you, of course.
All right. So I think that's all the questions answered, and we are 13 minutes over time. And well, if you need any help, you can always email to us. So you can email to competition for any question related to the group work. All right, and anything about the submissions. And we also on the platform, you have the SBC community. So those staff will answer you. So you can email us or you can message us on the platform. So we will provide you with support promptly. All right. Thank you and good luck.
Goodbye, thank you, chị Mai. Bye bye chị Mai.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Good luck.
Good luck.